Today we're going to be making Dolly Parton's Cinnamon Swirl Crumb Cake. So I'm going to make it with a twist. I'm going to be adding fresh peaches to mine. So follow me if you're interested, and we'll make this for a wonderful Friday morning surprise for the grandkids. So we're going to start off by putting our cake mix in a bowl. We're going to be adding a half of a cup of melted butter to our cake mix. We're going to be adding a half of a cup of milk. I'm going to substitute almond milk because I don't really drink regular milk. So I'm going to put this in here. And at this point, I'm just going to give it a little stir before I add my eggs. Just because the butter's a little warm. I just took it out of the microwave when I was getting it ready. I don't want my eggs to curdle. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 eggs. And you don't need to beat them, just put them right into your bowl. Just like this. Now we'll go ahead and beat these eggs into our cake. And you don't need to use a stand mixer for this. All you need to do is just mix all this up together. It's going to come together pretty fast. You just want to incorporate all that egg. Now we're going to go ahead and add our streusel mix. That's just my oven preheating to 375. Add our streusel mix, and to that we're going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Just going to add my 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now we're going to do an extra step because I have some beautiful peaches off my tree. We're going to be making a peach coffee cake. Now, because my grandkids are going to be eating this, I have to cut these peaches up really small because if they think there's something in it that's, you know, not actual cake, they won't eat it. So I am just going to I have a little bad spot on this one, not a big deal. I'm actually going to use some of this. All I'm going to do is put some peaches in my mix. I want to take some of this peeling off also. It just peels right off when they're ripe. Just like this. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that spot that's a little darker. In this type of a mix, you wouldn't even notice it. But I'm going to leave it out just in case. You know how it is with kids. So for me, I'm adding about 2½ sliced peaches. Now these, normally I would just slice them, but like I said, because the grandkids are coming, and this is kind of a little Friday treat for them, I'm going to cut these up really fine. Make sure you can see that. Just like this. All right. You're still going to get that wonderful peach flavor. You're just not going to see as much of the peach. And plus, these will also cook down. Now, you could do this with all kinds of fruit. I think peaches work really well. And it's always nice to have a little bit of extra fruit in anything you're baking. Now this is a white peach off of my Hancock peach tree. This is extremely sweet. It's a wonderful peach. It doesn't can very well, but that's okay. It's wonderful for fresh eating and also for cooking and things like this. So let me go ahead and put this one in. Isn't that crazy how white that is? Again, we're just gonna cut these up nice and fine. Almost looks like a pear. And you want to stir in your peaches. This is going to add a whole nother level of flavor to your coffee cake. If you've never made a coffee cake with fruit in it, you've been missing out. I'll tell you what, this is a great way to make your coffee cake. So we're going to go ahead and put half of this in, just like this. Now I want mine kind of thin because I want it to cook up, and sometimes if you have these little tiny pans that are real thick with cake, it's just hard to get them to cook in the middle. So we're gonna put on half of our cinnamon topping. I tell you what, it smells really good already. It's not even cooked. All right. All right, that's about half right there. I want them to be able to see the swirl in the middle of it. And then I'm just gonna kind of dollop the rest of this on so I can spread it. Just like this. Now I'm gonna get a spatula so that I get the rest of this cake mix out of this pan. I'm just gonna spread this right over the top of this swirl. Try not to get any of that cinnamon. We want it to just really have that middle swirl in the middle of the cake. So we're gonna put another layer of our cinnamon on the top, but just try to get it all covered the best that you can. Just like that, looks really good. Just like that. All right, now we're gonna put the rest of our cinnamon on. I might want to give this another little stir. All right, it's ready for the oven. I'm gonna check this in about 30 minutes. I think it's probably gonna take 35 to 40 minutes to cook, but I'm gonna put it in a preheated 375-degree oven, and I'll bring you back as soon as it's done. So my cinnamon coffee cake, my cinnamon swirl crumb cake, is done. I have to say, I'm kind of surprised it burned a little bit, the topping. I scraped some of it off and I actually put a little bit of butter on it. So I think I saved it, but be very careful. After about 20-25 minutes, I would actually cover it with a piece of foil to finish the cooking process so that you don't have this happen. It's kind of a weird topping, but like I said, I think I saved it. We'll give it a taste test and make sure that it's okay. All right, we're just gonna cut a little piece of this. I'm just gonna cut a little, I'll cut down here, and well, it comes out very light and fluffy. It does look like a really yummy cake, like this little crumb stuff that's at the bottom. So let's give this a try. Let's give this coffee cake a little taste. Wow. Okay, from now on, we add fresh peaches to all of our coffee cake. This is out of this world. Wow. So good. Oh my gosh. You didn't disappoint, Dolly. I just love these little Dolly Parton cake mixes and biscuit mixes. I'm gonna link a couple other videos that I've done on a couple of these. I just love them. They're so easy and they're so good. So thank you for joining me. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.